how to set up a Shopify. So in this video, I'll be guiding you step by step on how to exactly set up a Shopify store so that you'll be able to start to sell either your products or somebody else's products without any problems. So let's start. So first off, one of the first things you're going to want to do, of course, is sign up to Shopify if you haven't done so. If you haven't done so, right, you could click the link in the description below, right, that says start your Shopify, right, where you can start using Shopify for 3 days for free, right, and then after that for $1 for the next 3 months, right, and then once you selected that, you'll need to select a plan, right, either the basic, grow, advanced, or plus. If you're just starting out, right, the basic plan is enough for you, right? It only has one seat, so that means only yourself will be able to access and edit the store, right? And right now it is for $45 a month if you're in Canada, right? If you're in the US, right, and you pay monthly, it's about $39, right? And yearly, $35 a month in the US, right? All right, so once you create your account, right, one of the first things you're gonna need to do is to add a product to your store. So let's go ahead and do that. So to add a product to your store, you could click on the left here that says products. Once you've selected that, you should arrive to a page that looks exactly like this, right? Here you'll be able to either add a product, right, or import a list of products if you already have a list of products from a previous store. So for this video, we're gonna do it by adding a single product. So we're going to go ahead and select add product. And then I'm going to just add men's red t-shirt, right? And from here, I'm going to just use the AI to provide the description, right? Okay, this is beautiful, right? And then you can edit it to match your fit as well. From here, we're going to upload a photo. So I already have an existing photo. So we're going to just go ahead and select it if it's here. Okay, no, it's not here. So I'm going to just upload a new one. Okay, and products, men's red t-shirt. Oops, men's red t-shirt. There we go. The next thing you're going to want to do while the photo's uploading, right, is to include the price of the product, right? So for this example, I'm going to just put $45. It's an expensive t-shirt, but then let's say I want to show this that it's on sale right now. So what you could do here is click this arrow, and from here you'll be able to add the compare price. So here you could put that it was before it was maybe $65, right? And now the price is $45, so it's a sale, right? Next, you're going to want to make sure you set up the quantity of where you're storing this product, right? This is great for tracking, right? And also because Shopify needs a quantity so that it can start to sell and customers will be able to successfully check out. So we could add 25, right? And so we're good from there. From the shipping, we can leave this as is for now. And then since I do have different sizes for a t-shirt, right, you want to go ahead and just add a size if you're selling a clothing, or if you're not selling, if it's just like a single product, then you don't really need to worry about it too much. You go ahead and just click all the sizes that you want to add. And then from here, all I'll need to do, of course, is add a, what do you call it? A availability for every size, right? So for this, right, it will need to be done 45 available here. So this will need to be updated, but I'm pretty sure I could do this at a later time. There we go. So oops, cancel, and there we go. We can add it here, 5 4 3. So now customers will be able to check out for every t-shirt. And from here, you can leave this as is. You don't really need to focus too much on the meta fields. And for your search engine listing, Shopify does a pretty decent job already of having this edited for you. It will use the information that you provided from the page title, from the product title, right, to the meta description or the description of the product, and then the URL handle is cleaned by the title of the product as well. All right. So now that it is all set up properly, right, you just want to make sure that it's published to the right channels. And I do not want to sell this here. I only want to sell it on the online store. Right, and then just click save. All right, we just added our very first product to our Shopify store. But let's say you don't have an item to sell. So I want to share with you a simple tip that you could do, and that is using a third-party app like DSR, right? So if I open the App Store, recommended apps, you can use an app like DSR, right, to connect it and start selling products. Really easy. Let me just show you a quick walkthrough of what I mean. So I have the app already installed in my App Store here. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and open it up. And so since it's really easy to download for free, right, from the App Store from here, right? You'll probably see it somewhere here. DSERS. There you go. Right, so it's easy to download from the App Store. Once you've connected it successfully, right, it will show up here. And so once it's successfully connected, you'll have all these products that you could sell on your Shopify store, right, without having to worry about what to sell, right? So if you're into, beach sandals, you can go ahead and select it, right? And it's gonna be really easy to add it to your store. So let's go ahead and add this product to our store. So let's say I want to sell this one. You could go ahead and just check here, add to import list, right? You don't have to download the Chrome extension. You just want to click it again, right? And again, I'll have the link for this app in the description below, so you guys can go just download it really quickly for your Shopify store. All right, so now that we added it, right, we should be able to go back to our main menu here and go to our import list. We go to our import list and we should see the sandals there. Here they are. All you need to do again is just check this box, push to store, right? And you just want to make sure you have all these settings correctly, right? And if you're happy with it, right, make sure you select the right store. And you should be able to add it by pushing to store. And from here, it will show up a nice loading bar. There it is. And it's almost loaded. There we go. So now it's added. So now that it's added, all we need to do is, of course, go back to our products page, and there it is, right? And what I like about DSR, right, is that it pretty much does all the, you just have to clean this up because this is messy, right? So like I would just clean this up a lot more, right? Just to make it update the description a lot more, right? Like remove all this junk, right? And remove these pictures. Or maybe if you want to leave the size chart, but usually you don't have to worry about it because it's sometimes already here in these images, right? So these are just duplicated images. And then you just want to make sure you update the title, right, to make it look clean and not look like it's like spammy. How much pictures do we have here? Okay, there we go. It's all done. And then from here, I would just use the AI tool to write a description. Right, and then just again clean this up, and there we go. And from here, just make sure it's published to the right to my online store, right, so that customers will be able to check out, right? And then again, I can customize the price as well, right, which is really important when you're selling, let's say, from this drop shipping vendor, right? You want to make sure you update the prices so that you could generate a profit as well for your own business. All right, so now that you've added another product to your Shopify store, right, you go ahead and click save. So now that we have products to sell in our Shopify store, right, the next thing you're gonna need to do is create your online store. So let's go ahead and do that by selecting on the left here, online store. All right, so by default, usually it's the Horizon theme. I was playing around with my Shopify store earlier, and so it's right now currently using the origin. So you have a few options when you arrive to the online store page. Here's where all your themes will be stored. And here is where you'll be able to review any other themes from the theme store as well. Shopify recently released this new feature that you can use with AI to create a theme using AI, right? But I really personally like using the theme store. It just looks a lot more better than using the AI one, right? And then from here, all you need to do is select free, right? And here you'll be able to locate a lot of amazing free themes to start your Shopify journey, right? So for this video, since I'm selling a t-shirt, right, and a sandal, I'm going to keep mine very simple, and we're going to just use the spotlight theme. So what I like about this, also when you're reviewing themes to download to your Shopify store, you can actually just click view demo before downloading, right? And from here, you'll be able to quickly review how it looks and feels as well. And when you click it, you'll be able to quickly see a demo of, how the look and feel of your store will be. So the next thing is you want to go ahead and just select try theme. By selecting try theme, Shopify is downloading now to your store this theme. And we should have it had it. There we go. Alright, so now as you can see, there's a new section called draft themes. Here is where you'll be able to locate any draft themes that you've downloaded, right? And what's really great is here is that you can make any edit, as long as it's under the draft themes, you can make any edit to this theme and it will not affect the main theme, right, of your store. So let's go ahead and make this publish. And if I make it publish, that means that this is now the main theme of my store, right? So any changes I make to it will affect the store when customers visit the store. You go ahead and click edit theme to customize your theme. So since the spotlight theme is very simple, right, there's not a lot to do, right? You could go ahead and click, like, let's say the header, right? And then on the right, you'll see more options to customize the look and feel of the header and so on of your store, right? So let's go ahead and add the menu. So we can select the menu. I'm going to click main menu. And then from here, I want the drawer. I want the simplicity, right? So when customers reach out, they're gonna see this main menu, the hamburger line, right? And we can add more things to make it feel unique to our style, right? And what I like about this is that you can also just click the product, look how it's gonna feel, right? You can make some customizations as well, right? Maybe you wanna add a section where you can, have reviews, right, of this product, right, of what people are saying. Or maybe you want to add a email sign up, right? So when, so that customers can receive emails when you have sales, right? So let's go ahead and review the product page here of the sandals, right? So here's how it looks, right? Very simple, very easy to do. And yeah, it looks really nice as well, right? And you'll be able to, of course, customize all this information, right, when it comes to setting up your store as well. And when you're done with when you're done designing the store and feel, you go ahead and just click save. So now that we saved our store, right, this is what customers are going to see when they visit our store. But let's say you want to add an extra page to your store, right? So you could go ahead under online store on the left here, select pages. Here's where you'll be able to add important pages that you need to have for your store, right? You want to have like the About Us page, right? You could just write, again, I'm just using AI here, but of course you'll want it to match your store feel, right? And then make sure it's selected to visible. Once it's selected to visible, you'll be able to add it to the main menu, which I'll show you right now. So now that we added the About Us page, right, we could go ahead to content here on the left, right, select menu, select main menu, and here you'll be able to see it's all, we could write About Us. Make sure you have the page on visibility or else you will not see it. About Us, save. So now that it's saved, right, we should be able to go to our store, and now we should be able to about us, and there it is, right? Very simple and easy to do inside of your Shopify store, right? All right, so now that we have already added a page, right, we added a product, the next app I'm going to recommend you download, right, is called Shopify Spy, right? I'll have the link for this in the description below so you guys can go check it out. So this is a fantastic app. So let's say you're still thinking of what products to sell, right? You can use this app to spy on other Shopify stores, right? And you can see what is a best-selling product on their store. And then you can maybe use DSR, right, to locate that product and add it to your store, right? So that you can start selling it since you're seeing that that product is really popular on the other store. You can also see what theme they're using. So maybe you like the theme and design style of the store as well. You'll be able to see what theme and add it to your own store as well, right? So if you haven't checked it out, I recommend you check out Shopify Spy, right? This app will help you see and spy on other Shopify stores to help you generate sales for your own store as well. All right, so now that you've downloaded the Shopify Spy app, right, we have products, we have our online store set up, designed beautifully, right? I'm gonna just refresh this because it's still using the old one, right? So we have our online store created, right? So the next thing you're gonna want to do is go ahead to settings and make sure you have your Shopify payment set up. So go to payments here, and once you select payments, you could go ahead and set up Shopify payments. Now, if Shopify payments is not available in your country, right, you can use another third-party payment provider to connect to start accepting payments for your own store, right? Now, if you live in a country where Shopify payments is supported, you will need to use Shopify payments to start, because that is what Shopify wants, right? And so you'll need to do that. And then also you have additional payment methods, right? You can have the option to have PayPal set up. This will just give more options to your customers on different ways that they can pay when they're purchasing your product. Once you've selected Shopify, once you've set up Shopify payments in your payments method, right, you want to go ahead and select shipping delivery. So this is really important that you have set up correctly is your shipping delivery, right? You want to make sure customers are able to check out and are able to get priced correctly. To do this, once you select shipping delivery, go ahead to general profile, and from here you can see that since I already have my DSR's app connected, it already did it automatically, and my location, right, of where I'm shipping from, right? So if a Canadian customer visits my store, right, they will be able to visit and check out successfully. But let's say I have customers from Austria or Australia, right, that visit my store, they will not be able to check out. What they will see is that they will see sold out. Let's go and see if I can show you an example right now. So we go to online store, and I should have the black bar here. Let's just do Australia, right? So Australia, they should not be able to check out, but I think because I'm doing testing, it's just showing me how it's going to look like. But in most cases, it will say sold out, and customers will not be able to check out, right, from your store, right, because you don't have the proper settings for the shipping set up correctly. So you want to go ahead and do that and make sure you have this set up correctly so that customers are able to check out from your store, right? The next thing and the last thing you're going to want to make sure you have set up is your domains, right? You want to make your store feel professional and look and feel professional. You want to use a third domain, right, instead of having this, right, as your domain, because customers will think it's something shady, right? And so you want to make sure you have a third-party domain. You can use Hostinger, right? They're a free domain provider, or not free, sorry, an inexpensive domain provider, right? That you can go and find a domain. I'll have the link for that in the description below if you guys want to check it out. And so that's pretty much it on how to set up a Shopify. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. If you guys have any questions, right, comment down below and I will be happy to help you. Remember to have fun. Don't overdo it, right, with the designs, right? Slowly, just, you want to start selling, right? You don't really need to worry too much about the designs at the start. So that's it for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.